Rabbi Akwete, what is the most important verse in the Torah to you? Also, what is your favorite verse in the Torah?
That's a very good question. The most important verse and my favorite verse in the Torah is the most important word spoken in history or in the Torah. When God spoke to Abram and said to him, Lech Lecha. With these words, God set Abram on a course that would eventually lead to the giving of the Torah on Har Sinai. The reason is because this instruction is a personal journey that every Hebrew has to also take on their own. The command Lech Lecha means go to you. Lech means go. Lecha means to you. Put that in your spirit. So Abram, Lech Lecha, go to you. Go for your benefit. Go for yourself. An instruction posed to all Hebrews and to the world. In Genesis 12:1, we read, And the Lord said to Abram, Go forth from your land and from your birthplace and from your father's house to the land that I will show you. There is something very unusual about this instruction. Where was Abram when God spoke to him? He was not in his land, or his birthplace, or his father's house. Abram had already left his land and almost at Canaan. Look at Genesis 11:31. And Terah took Abram his son and Lot the son of Haran, his grandson, and Sarai, his daughter-in-law, the wife of Abram his son, and they went forth with them from Ur of the Chaldeans to go to the land of Canaan. And they came as far as Haran and settled there. So Terah had made 80% of the journey from Ur of the Chaldeans going to Canaan. So when God spoke this to him, Abraham was in Haran. He was not in his land. He was not at his birthplace. He was not in his father's house. So why tell him to leave his land, his birthplace, and father's house when he has already left? Also, when you think about these three terms logically, land, birthplace, and father's house, there are two problems here. Number one, if they are nested inside one another, pick the biggest one. When you say land, it includes birthplace and father's house. So we have a problem of redundancy. Number two, if you want to mention all three, you start with the smallest, then to the biggest. Father's house, birthplace, your land. Since the man has left his land, birthplace, and father's house, what does this instruction really then mean? God is asking Abram to make a clean break. This is a new beginning. So cut yourself off from your old ties, your faulty culture, your attachments, your past, etc. Go to you. Return and connect to the real you, to your essence and spiritual root as an Eve. This is what God is telling Abraham. Make a clean break. There is so much more to this instruction, so much more, but we don't have the time to go into it. So much more. Return and connect to the real you, to your essence and spiritual roots as an Eve.